The porch light at the house at the end of Willow Lane flickered, casting a sickly yellow glow that pulsed like a heartbeat in the dead of night. Jake Hartman stood frozen on his new lawn, for houses down, staring at the gray, peeling structure that seemed to crouch at the street's end. The air carried a faint rot, sharp and sour, that made his throat tighten. He'd moved his family here for peace, quiet streets, white fences, a fresh start. But as he watched, the curtains in the house's upper window twitched, and a soft, childlike giggle drifted through the darkness, chilling his blood. Jake and Emily Hartman weren't thrill-seekers. He was a high school math teacher, she a graphic designer who worked from home, both craving the calm of suburban life for their 3-year-old daughter, Lily. They'd bought the house on Willow Lane for its tree-lined charm and friendly neighbors. But the note they found tucked in their mailbox the day they moved in, unsigned, scrawled in smudged ink, read, "Stay away from the end of the lane." Jake had laughed it off, tossing it in the trash. Now, standing under the moon's pale gaze, he wished he hadn't. The giggle came again, closer, though the street was empty. The house at the end was a blight on Willow Lane's perfection. Its paint flaked like dead skin, its windows shrouded in heavy curtains that never parted. Neighbors avoided its mention, their smiles tightening when Jake asked about it. The mailbox was rusted shut, the yard overgrown with weeds that seemed to writhe in the wind. Rumors swirled. Missing children, footsteps at 3:15 a.m., a family that vanished decades ago. The power had been cut years before, yet that porch light flickered every night, a beacon in the dark. Jake felt its pull, like eyes boring into his back. A week after moving in, the strangeness began. Their dog, Copper, growled at the front window, hackles raised, staring down the lane. Sometimes he'd whimper, tail tucked, and hide under the kitchen table, trembling without cause. Lily, too, grew odd. She'd sit in her room, whispering to no one, her crayons scribbling furiously. One night, Emily overheard her. "What's your name?" Lily asked, pausing as if listening. "I'm Lily. Do you live in the gray house?" Emily peeked in, heart stuttering. "Who are you talking to, sweetie?" Lily blinked, confused. "Emily, the other Emily. She says she's lonely." Emily tried to brush it off, but unease gnawed at her. She started noticing things. Cold spots in the house, a faint scratching from the walls at night, like nails on wood. Kappa's growls turned to whines, and one morning he was gone. The gate was locked, the fence intact, no signs of escape. Jake canvassed the neighborhood, stapling missing posters to poles. Most neighbors offered pity, but Mrs. Halberd, an old widow 2 doors down, fixed him with a hard stare. "You let that dog near the gray house?" she snapped. "That place takes what it wants." When Jake pressed her, she slammed the door. Sleepless, Emily turned to research. She scoured local archives online, digging through faded newspaper scans and property records. In 1987, the house at the end had belonged to the Mallory family. Their youngest, Emily Mallory, aged 6, vanished without a trace. No forced entry, no leads. The mother overdosed a year later. The father disappeared soon after. The house sat empty, but police reports noted odd complaints. Knocks at odd hours, voices whispering "don't forget me," shadows in windows that shouldn't be lit. Emily's hands shook as she read, her own name staring back like a curse. The next morning, she found Lily's drawing. Their family, Jake, Emily, Lily, and a 4th figure, a girl in a gray dress, standing by a window. That night, Lily disappeared. Her bed was untouched, the window locked, the house silent. On her wall, scrawled in red crayon, were the words, "Come see." Jake and Emily tore through the house, screaming her name, but found nothing. The police searched, skeptical, muttering about runaways. Jake didn't wait. He grabbed a flashlight and a crowbar, storming down Willow Lane to the gray house. The gate creaked open as if expecting him, and the air turned heavy, cold, thick with the stench of rot and something metallic, blood. Inside, the house felt alive. The wallpaper peeled like blistered skin, and the furniture sat arranged, as if someone still lived there. Dust coated everything, yet the air hummed, a low, discordant lullaby drifting from upstairs. Jake's flashlight flickered, casting shadows that seemed to crawl. "Lily!" he shouted, his voice swallowed by the house's oppressive silence. The hum grew louder, the lullaby twisting into a whisper. "She's mine." He climbed the narrow staircase, each step groaning, the walls pulsing with faint scratches, like something trapped inside. At the end of a too-long hallway, a door stood ajar. Jake pushed it open, heart pounding, and found a nursery. Dusty, frozen in time, with a crib, a rocking chair, and faded toys scattered across the floor. Lily sat in the center, rocking gently, smiling. "I found Emily," she said, her voice eerily calm. Jake lunged for her, but footsteps echoed behind him, slow, deliberate, though no one was there. The air grew colder, and a voice, soft and venomous, whispered in his ear. "You can't take her. She belongs to me now." The door slammed shut, plunging the room into darkness. Emily arrived minutes later, flashlight shaking as she entered the house. The air was suffocating, the hum now a chorus of whispers chanting her name. She found the nursery, the door creaking open to reveal Jake kneeling, clutching Lily. Both were cold, their eyes distant, breathing shallowly as if half asleep. From the shadows, a figure emerged, small, pale, in a tattered gray dress. Her eyes were black voids, her voice a hiss. "You took my name," she said to Emily. "You forgot me, but she remembers." She pointed to Lily, who hummed the lullaby, unblinking. Emily's heart raced, but she forced her voice steady. "You're Emily Mallory," she said. The girl's head tilted, her smile sharp. "I was left here, alone, forgotten. I just wanted someone to stay." Emily reached out, trembling. "We see you now. You're not forgotten. You can rest." The girl's eyes flickered, softening for a moment. The hum stopped, the air lightened. Then, with a sigh like wind through dead leaves, the girl vanished. The house fell silent. Jake and Emily carried Lily home, her small body limp but alive. They moved away from Willow Lane the next week, settling far from its quiet streets. Jake avoids speaking of that night, his hands still shaking when he hears a lullaby. Emily keeps a faded newspaper clipping. Emily Mallory's face, 6 years old, smiling. In a locked box, a reminder never to forget. Lily hums sometimes, the same eerie tune, but her drawings now show only 3 figures. The house at the end of Willow Lane stands unchanged, its porch light flickering. The curtains don't move, but sometimes, late at night, neighbors hear a giggle, and the air smells faintly of rot. More stories are waiting in the dark. If you want to hear them, you know what to do. Click subscribe before one of them comes looking for you.